Yes, the government has revealed that it is at war with us. It needs to be destroyed. The damage the government has done to this country and the rest of the world can never be gauged or measured, and our lives are now in deadly danger with no exaggeration. Two entire branches of the government, the executive and the judicial, have declared war on us with the disappearance laws and the murder laws and the take away our citizenship laws. They put us under military rule, the same as the Iraqis were, same as the Afghans still are. No difference. Millions of Americans are in dungeons today. People who hurt no one, except maybe themselves, cruelly put in cages with murderers and rapists. That alone is cause for destroying every vestige of this government. Billions of shattered lives of prisoners and their families. This terrorist collection agency we've referred to a minute ago, the IRS, has destroyed countless lives and destroyed countless families, stolen our savings, our homes, and our freedom. The IRS collects for the Jewish loan sharks who run the Federal Reserve Company, the actual engine of our destruction. Now, if we had been a politically mature people, we'd have killed every member of the secret police, meaning the CIA and FBI, which we could identify back in 1964 after the shock of Dallas wore off. If we had been a politically mature people, we'd have killed every Israeli in Washington and all of their American Jewish helpers in 1967, following their attack on the USS Liberty. If we'd been aware of the background of 9/11, we'd have killed every member of the PNAC gang that designed the Magic Massacre. I could say the same for a dozen outrages since '63, especially the Vietnam and the Muslim wars. Many Americans are not able to see the similarity between programmable vote machines and programmable slot machines, so they keep voting, expected to change things in that manner, exactly as they keep feeding dollars into the slots and casinos across the country, expecting a different outcome. It's true.
Go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt. Please continue.
Well, I mean, it's true that most Americans don't vote now, some being aware, but most being apathetic. But apathy is better than compliance, so that's a good sign. The way to turn that apathy into interest and then into action is what we're looking for. The way to do it is by attacking the tyrants who are planning to imprison us, disappear us, torture us, and kill us, and to do it at every opportunity they give us. This will become a trend that will catch on, America being what it is. As the Japanese general is said to have remarked after Pearl Harbor, America is a sleeping giant that will be filled with a terrible resolve. Almost 11 million guns were bought last year, 3 million during Christmas, which is another very good sign. My mission is to bring as many of those new guns and the scores of millions of others into action against the tyrants. That's what the guns are for. Some maybe well-meaning pundits are encouraging Americans to leave the country. Why? And go somewhere you can't own guns? And miss out on the opportunity to kill tyrants here at home? This is unbelievable to me. We are about to change history. We have all the guns we need. All we do need are the guts and the brains to use them to kill tyrants. Not harmless people, tyrants. Anybody who forces you to do what you don't want to do. And nobody can do this when you're armed and ready. This is the winning mindset. Never say that you're ready to die for this or that. That's Christian defeatism. You must be ready to kill in defense of yourself, your loved ones, your friends, and your dignity. Dignity is very important, which is why the TSA makes you take off your shoes at the airport. Taking off your shoes in public robs you of your dignity and makes you feel weak. Hell, you must be ready to kill in defense of your pets, your vehicle, whatever. Forget legalities. The government doesn't care about legalities, neither do we. The government is getting ready to kill us. This is the new law, the law of survival, and the defense of our dignity. It's probably going to happen this year. The government knows something that we don't. Otherwise, it wouldn't have rushed the Treason Acts through Congress the way it did, with the crackhead signing them on the last day of the year. We're on notice. that the crackdown is about to occur. We can hope it doesn't, but I'd say that that's a forlorn hope. I mean, the Army and the Marines are trained to kill on demand. Kill, 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 as one ashamed veteran recently described the training. It's possible that some of the guys won't go along, but the Jewish training we saw at Abu Ghraib and still see in Guantanamo has made many thousands of these young people into serial killers. The spectacle of Marines urinating on their dead victims indicates the sort of training they received and are receiving today. The psychopathic behavior of helicopter pilots and drone operators must be noted, along with the trophy hunters who collect body parts. Note also the degenerate personality of the big American sniper who cheerfully lied about sucker-punching Jesse Ventura. No doubt he lied about his body count also, but that doesn't make him any less dangerous or less deserving of being shot on sight. He deserves exactly what he did to his victims. Once the roadblocks and home invasions start, all offenders and potential offenders must be shot on sight, either close up or from a distance, your choice. We can't take any prisoners because we don't need them for anything. We don't want to feed and care for them, so we must shoot them immediately. There can be no mercy shown to anyone who would be willing to harm us, harm our families and our friends. They don't intend to show us any mercy, let me tell you. Enemy policymakers should be captured if possible, or killed if capture is not possible. At some point, enemy policymakers will be captured and interrogated. When we're satisfied with their information, they'll receive the same treatment that they, the chicken hawks, arranged for Saddam Hussein, who was their loyal stooge. Now, I'm suggesting a reward system for killing or capturing members of the Council on Foreign Relations with a minimum of $100,000 for any member, up to $1 million for high-value types. I'm proposing that this be paid by the governments of the CFR's victims overseas, mainly to prevent war and the continuing annihilation of their people. As we know, the CFR recently announced that it was time to attack Iran. The only way to prevent this latest CFR-ordered catastrophe is to wipe out the CFR. Their horrific and bloody history and network of power preclude any attempt to bring them to legalistic justice, since they own the justice system. The CFR has given us no other way to stop its sadistic megalomania and lust for total power. All Israelis in America are hostile enemy aliens and must be shot on sight. This also applies to their American Jewish helpers, the Cyanim. The Israelis and American Jews are behind the crackdown that is planned for us, just as they were behind 9/11 and the attack on the Liberty. The resistance, therefore, has two basic goals, one local and one national. The local goal is to cleanse the local area, wherever in America that is, of tyrants who would be involved in martial law, that is, state terrorism against us. Police in uniforms and plainclothes must make it very clear to us that they will in no way cooperate with FEMA, Homeland Security, FBI, etc. Any police who would cooperate with the federal tyrants gets the same treatment. As we know, the police departments of the major cities are cooperating with CIA and the Mossad. So the executives of these corrupt departments must receive executive action. This will be the responsibility of local civilians. And finally, the national goal is to cleanse the federal government of tyrants, most of which are members of the Council on Foreign Relations. The warlords must be exterminated before they kill us all. Our lives and the lives of millions depend on the actions of the resistance to tyranny. And that concludes my remarks.